Hello, good afternoon and welcome to Baina Midday News, coming to you live from our news hub, Atomic Junction, Benab House, Accra. My name is Fawzia Abdullah. Coming up. President John Dramani Mahama has promised Ghanaians to recommit to ethical leadership during a Thanksgiving service to mark 1 year of his leadership. Also, Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice has disclosed that it did not receive any case docket from the CID on investigations into Akunta Mining Company Limited until September 2025. And on the international front, Guinea's Claude Pivi, who was convicted of crimes against humanity for a 2009 stadium massacre, has died, authorities said on Tuesday. Is it Pavai? These and many more stories coming up in the next few minutes. Do stay. You're watching Baina Midday News, and we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Baina TV. Now let's move on to our very first story. President John Dramani Mahama has promised Ghanaians to recommit to ethical leadership, national unity and service above self, stressing that true progress must be measured by the positive impact on the lives of citizens rather than by numbers alone. The president made these remarks during a non-denominational Thanksgiving service held on Wednesday, January 7, 2026, at the forecourt of the presidency to mark 1 year of his leadership. President Mahama noted that national development should be judged by how well it reaches every corner of the country, particularly the most vulnerable in society. He emphasized the need for leaders at all levels to listen attentively to the voices of the poor, marginalized, and underserved.
Only by numbers and by charts and diagrams. It is also measured by hope that is restored, by trust that is rebuilt, and correct direction that is regained. Thanksgiving must also be accompanied by recommitment. And so today, we recommit to ethical leadership, we recommit ourselves to service above self, we recommit ourselves to governance anchored in integrity, competence, and compassion. We recommit ourselves to listening, especially to the voices of our vulnerable, our youth, and those who feel excluded. And we recommit ourselves to the unity of our nation, knowing that Ghana's strength has always come from our ability to rise above division and work together for the common good. My fellow countrymen and women, the year ahead will demand even more from us. It will test our resolve, our patience, and our discipline. But it will also offer us opportunities to deepen the reforms we have started, opportunities to accelerate our growth, and ensure that development and progress touches every part of our country. And so let us move forward with humility, let us lead with empathy, and let us govern with courage.
Moving on, personnel from the Ghana Police Service Cybersecurity Unit, with assistance from the Kede Police, have arrested 5 suspects in connection with the assault of Michael Quayson, a teacher at Kede Senior High Technical School in the Kwabri municipality. The arrests were made on Monday, January 3, 2026, when the suspects, who reportedly traveled from Accra, arrived in Kede as part of ongoing investigations into the incident which occurred last year. Confirming the development to City News, Eastern Regional Chairman of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, Awonoye Vu Godwin, said the suspects were scheduled to be arraigned before the Kede Circuit Court this morning. The Police Cybersecurity Unit has been leading inquiries into the assault, reflecting the service's commitment to investigating crimes against educators and ensuring accountability. Away from that, the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice has disclosed that it did not receive any case dockets from the Criminal Investigations Department on investigations into the Akonta Mining Company Limited until September 2025, nearly 3 years after the probe began. The revelation was made in response to a right to information request filed by private legal practitioner Jonathan Owusu-Asare.
In a response signed by the Ministry's Information Officer, Lydia Atto, the Attorney General's office outlined a chronology of interactions between the CID and the Ministry regarding the case. According to the Ministry, the CID commenced investigations into Akonta Mining in October 2022 following petitions submitted by Engineer Ken Ashibe and lawyer Martin Pegu. The petition raised concerns over alleged illegal mining activities within the Tano Nimri Forest Reserve. However, the Attorney General's office indicated that it is unable to determine when the CID concluded its investigations or the submission of the docket. The Ministry stated that the CID presented it to Attorney General and Ministry of Justice on or about September 15, 2025. The response further clarified that no docket relating to Akonta Mining was received by the Ministry between 2022 and 2024, despite investigations being underway during that period.
Moving on further in today's news bulletin, Ghana's Minister for Foreign Affairs has formally appealed to the United Kingdom to exempt Ghanaian students and professionals from the International English Language Testing System, arguing that English has long been Ghana's medium of instruction. The request was made during a meeting with the British High Commissioner to Ghana, His Excellency Christian Wald, at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on Wednesday, January 7th.
In a Facebook post after the meeting, the minister said he made a special appeal for Ghana to be exempted from the International English Language Testing System (IELTS) and the required fees payable by Ghanaian students and professionals, since English has long been the medium of instruction in Ghana. The engagement formed part of broader discussions on strengthening Ghana-UK relations as both countries work towards elevating their cooperation to a strategic partnership. According to the minister, the two sides assessed Ghana's increasingly buoyant bilateral relations and aligned priority areas of focus for 2026, consistent with the vision of President John Mahama, adding that processes have already commenced to deepen bilateral ties. He noted that discussions identified multiple sectors for deeper cooperation, including security, trade, job creation, health, education, governance, and constitutional review. Beyond the IELTS exemption, the minister also called for stronger institutional protection for Ghanaians working in the UK health sector, stating that he, quote, called for government-to-government framework for the protection and improved condition of particularly Ghanaian health practitioners who work and aspire to work in the UK, unquote. The meeting concluded on a light-hearted note, with the minister pledging to host the British High Commissioner in his home constituency if Ghana's national team achieves a famous football victory in future.
You're still watching Baina Midday News. We'll be back with more stories after this break. To stay.
Kadari ya yi baki, amma wai ba za su barin ciniki ba. Baina Trade Connect ba cinikin wasa mutane suka yi ba. Masu sayar da kaya daban-daban, daga na ado har da na ci da sha. Komai da komai, kwana biyu tun da safe har dare. Da aka kare, waɗanda suka ki zuwa sun yi da na sani. Amma kaga waɗanda suka zo sun yi ciniki, suka dace kuma suka yi murna. Yanzu dai muna shirye-shirye mu burge ku da na 2026. Shin ba za ka zo ba? Za mu fara ne rana 14 mu kammala rana 15, wato 14th and 15th of February. Ranar Asabar da Lahadi karfe 8 da safe har zuwa karfe 8 da yamma. Shin ba za ka zo ba? Ga lamba buga ya so mu yi fira 0539 48 7757. Baina Trade Connect. Mu mutum wuce, ga mu can za mu wuce.
You're welcome back and thanks for staying. You're still watching Baina Midday News and we're streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube at Baina TV. Now let's delve into the world of business, and some oil marketing companies have moved to reduce fuel prices at the pumps again, with Star Oil this morning selling a litre of petrol at 10.36 Ghana cedis and diesel at 11.36 Ghana cedis at selected outlets across the country. These prices, however, are based on Star Oil's discounted pricing policy, which applies to some of its service stations nationwide.
During the first pricing window, which began on January 1st, 2026, Star Oil reduced the price of petrol to 10 cedis 86 pesos per litre, while diesel sold at 11 cedis 96 pesos. The company further reduced prices on January 6th, 2026, with petrol dropping to 10 cedis 56 pesos per litre and diesel to 11 cedis 56 pesos. Before the latest adjustments to 10 cedis 36 pesos and 11 cedis 36 pesos respectively. Meanwhile, state-owned GOIL, the second largest OMC in the industry, also announced a reduction in pump prices on January 6th. GOIL is now selling petrol at 10 cedis 99 pesos per litre, while diesel is going for 11 cedis 96 pesos. This marks the second price reduction within the first pricing window for January 2026. Some industry players have described the developments as early signs of price competition among leading oil marketing companies. Some oil marketing companies have also indicated that if the cedi's current performance is sustained through the month, consumers could see another round of price reductions from January 16, 2026. The Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, in its Outlook report for January 2026, projected that the price of petrol could fall by between 2.40% and 4.80%, bringing the pump price per litre to around 11 cedis 90 pesos. Diesel was projected to decline by as much as 3.77%, with a litre selling at approximately 12 cedis 50 pesos, while liquefied petroleum gas was expected to drop by about 2.19%, with a kilogram selling at around 13 cedis 40 pesos. For the January 1st, 2026 pricing window, the local currency strengthened from 11 cedis 14 pesos to 10 cedis 50 pesos to a dollar, representing an 8.20 gain. This marks one of the cedi's strongest performances in recent months and a significant improvement from 14 cedis 84 pesos recorded during the same period last year.
Now let's move on to some news beyond our borders. Guinea's Claude Peevy, who was convicted of crime against humanity for a 2009 stadium massacre, has died, authorities said on Tuesday. Peevy, also known as Copeland, was a former colonel and minister in charge of security under Guinea's then dictator Moussa Dadis Camara. He died in custody in a Conakry hospital on Tuesday from complications related to diabetes, the public prosecutor's office said.
Claude Peevy was convicted in absentia in 2024 for his role in a massacre at the stadium in Conakry 15 years prior. Tens of thousands of people marched in the capital in September 2009 to protest against the Camara-led junta that had seized power in a coup the year before. Security forces responded with extreme violence. At least 156 people were killed by gunfire, knives, machetes, or bayonets, according to a UN-mandated International Commission of Inquiry. Hundreds more were wounded and at least 109 women were raped in what is considered one of the darkest pages in Guinea's history. Peevy was broken out of prison in 2023 and was on the run when the Guinea court sentenced him to life imprisonment the following year for crimes against humanity. He was extradited from neighboring Liberia later in 2024 and returned to jail. Camara also broke out of prison in the 2023 raid but was recaptured the same day. He was also found guilty of crimes against humanity and sentenced to 20 years. Mamadi Doumbouya granted him a presidential pardon at the end of March 2025.
And in the world of sports, the African Cup of Nations quarter-final lineup was finalized on Tuesday with Algeria and defending champion Ivory Coast booking the last places. Algeria needed a brilliant strike from Adil Bobina at the end of extra time to beat Congo 1-0, and Ahmed Diallo and Yan Diomande both scored and set up each other's goals as Ivory Coast progressed with a 3-0 win over Burkina Faso. Bazomana Toure sealed the Elephants' win. The defending champion next faces Egypt in Agadir in the last quarter-final on Saturday after Algeria plays Nigeria in Marrakesh. Mali faces 2021 winner Senegal in the first quarter-final in Tangier on Friday before host nation Morocco entertains five-time winner Cameroon in Rabat's near 70,000 capacity Prince Moulay Abdallah Stadium, where the winner will also play the semi-final and final on January 18th if it progresses that far. The winner of Morocco's quarter-final against Cameroon will face the winner of Algeria versus Nigeria on January 14th. The other semi-final between the winners of Mali versus Senegal and Egypt versus Ivory Coast will be played on the same day earlier in Tangier. No. Now this brings us to the end of today's news bulletin. For more news, you can visit our website at www.bainamultimedia.com. My name is Fauzia Abdallah. Do have a good afternoon.